It's the final. This is the grid and the points. Slayer Freak leading on 31. Welcome to the final race of the Midnight Run Trophy at the Nurburgring Nordschliefe in the dark. Contagious, Norm, Jonesy and Rick, the front four, off the grid for the one-lap dash around the green hell in the darkness with only their headlights to guide them, and we're away and racing. The tension rises as the drivers run down into the Gr.4 circuit for the first time. Contagious outside Norm. Everybody comes into this double set of hairpins. Lots of contact, very messy, but everybody through nice and clean for the most part, really. Kiwi lost his back end coming through out of turn one as they all run down under headlights into the second set of corners. It's Norm from Contagious, from Rick, from Zambe, from Jonesy, from Slayer, from Con, from Kiwi, from Ravana. Now, obviously no pit stops in this one-lap sprint. Kiwi and Ravana with all of the work to do to catch Slayer to take the title. As long as Slayer finishes in front of them, it should be his, but let's watch as we fly around the Nurburgring 24-hour circuit in the dark, under headlights. Norm and Contagious battling around the Gr.4 circuit, around lap one, already building a gap over the rest of the field, over Rick, Green and Zambe and Jonesy in third through fifth. Zambe runs wide as they come now into the long straight of the Gr.4 circuit. Slayer Freak, Con and Kiwi at the back, all battling, with the Ravana nowhere to be seen at the moment as we run now up into the chicane of the Gr.4 circuit, which is extended, which might catch some of the drivers out. Zambe and Jonesy almost going side by side as we approach the Nordschleife. Norm, Contagious, Rick Reed, DanZambe, Jonesy, Con, Slayer Freak, Kiwi, Ravana all go into the Nordschleife in the dark. Bit of ghosting, little bit of contact there as they all come around mostly clean. Kiwi goes a little bit wide, looks up the inside of Con as they come into the first sector of the Nordschleife. Kiwi has to just back off a little bit and Con shuts the door. Now into this technical section. Zambe runs wide, manages to get back on in time before Jonesy gets around him. Con, Kiwi and Slayer all tight together. Con gets the job done around Slayer. Slayer very slow through that sector. Norm, Contagious and Rick Reen in the front. Zambe chasing hard. Somebody's off there. That's Ravana making contact with the wall and sparks fly again. Slayer chasing Con, Con chasing Kiwi, Jonesy being chased by Kiwi. Kiwi runs wide, contact there. Con and Kiwi settle back down and come side by side now into this braking zone over the hill. Absolutely so tight. Con and Kiwi still side by side. Nobody wants to give up, nobody wants to redress. Jonesy absolutely gets, there's that word again coming up and over again. Jonesy makes a mistake. Slayer comes through and capitalizes on Con and Jonesy and Kiwi. Slayer is in the position to hold on to it. It all depends on what happens in the next 4.5, 5 minutes as we go around the rest of the Nordschleife. Slayer and Con side by side. Con gets the move done. Just. There's no way I'm learning all the names of these corners, so we still follow Slayer, Con, Jonesy and Kiwi, with Norm, Contagious and Rick comfortably in front. Zambe chasing Rick. The front four spaced out nicely. The next four battling for their lives, battling for a championship. With the front four running for bragging rights. Lisa Norm, the season champion, comfortably in front. Kiwi runs wide again. Jonesy hot on the heels of Slayer. Slayer still has Con in his sights. Slayer runs it wide through that section, and Jonesy gets it done into the long straight now. Sorry, this is the braking section with the hairpin. They get that done. They make it happen. They keep going. Jonesy now on the back of Con. Con side by side. Jonesy's going to make the lunge. This is Contagious. He's made a mistake and let Rick Reen through into second. As we enter the final section of the race, the second half of the Nordschleife. Contagious looking for a way up the inside of Rick Reen. Can't make it done. Make it done. Make it so. Contagious runs wide. That's going to invite DanZambe, or DanZambe, as Super GT would troll me, as he does with Australians with Bathurst. Zambe's still chasing Contagious. Con with a gap over Jonesy and Slayer and Kiwi. So as it stands, Slayer still in front of second and third on the championship standings, so he should take the title unless something really crazy happens. As we enter the more technical section of the Nordschleife now, Lisa Norm in front, Rick Reen still in second, Contagious in third. DanZambe now has closed the gap on Contagious and is going to be looking for a way around if he can find the pace. Rick Reen, a little bit of dust kicked up there, making visibility that all more difficult as they come around now. Zambe hot on the heels of Contagious, looking for that podium position. As they approach the carousel, Rick Reen comes in. Contagious and Zambe roll around the carousel and launch out of it. Contagious with a better exit through the carousel. On this, the one-lap sprint for the final race of the Midnight Run Trophy. Slayer Freak, as it stands, in the position to take it, to take the title, with Jonesy, Rick, and Contagious the front three as they approach the final couple of sectors. Jonesy loses out of position there on Slayer. Slayer moving up through the field. Now Norm in his bright pink livery for season champion. Rick Reen in second. Contagious in third in the Red Bull livery. Around the treacherous corner, and Contagious gets it absolutely wrong, launches himself into the beat. Julie comes back with a sunburn and a rash. DanZambe takes the position into third. Runs wide as well, but can he hold off Contagious in the final sectors? Norm well in front, Rick Reen in second. Will we see Zambe hold on to the position, or does Contagious have the pace as we flick to the dash cam of Norm, just so you can see what the visibility is like for some of these drivers? Much more difficult to pick your turns and pick your apexes. It all comes down to knowing where, just knowing the track like the back of your hand, as Norm approaches the long set of right-handers into the final straight for the final race. For bragging rights, as Rick Reen comes into the section in second, Zambe's in third, Contagious is still in fourth. Contagious might have the slip coming down the long straight, but there's Norm. Plenty of space on Rick Reen. So Norm should be taking the checkered flag for race 5. Rick Reen in second with plenty of space over third and fourth. Contagious just within slipstream range of Zambe. Con and Slayer. Slayer also just within a peak, with Jonesy, Kiwi, and Ravana rounding out the 9. And so as it stands, the top 3 and the 3 with a shot at the championship coming into the end of the final lap in the bottom 4, but Slayer Freak has done enough to hold on and become the sprint champion. As we watch everybody come through the braking zone at the end, Lisa Norm takes the checkered flag around 1 lap in the dark around the Nurburgring 24-hour circuit Rick Green in second, DanZambe in third with Contagious close behind. What's going to happen over the line? Is there any penalties to serve? Dan holds onto it. Con, then Slayer, then Jonesy, then Kiwi, then Ravana. So, let's have a look at the standings from the final race. There it is. But now we're going to flick over to the final standings. After 5 races, and the winner of the Midnight Trophy and Skeleton King is Slayer Freak on 35 points. Lisa Norm on 29 in second, Rick Green in third on 28. Thank you for joining us for another fantastic Graveyard Sprint series. I appreciate all of you so much. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.